So, hello, peace be upon you. Welcome to another episode of the Happiness Revolution, which is about changing the world, making a better place for you personally and for society, the world, the environment, and the animals. So, and the talks are about practical things, and sometimes I'm going to talk about things that are happening at the moment and things that are happening generally. So at the moment, or this morning, we just had a result that Scotland decided not to be an independent country. Now, I don't want this to be something only British people will be interested in, because I don't think, say, people in the rest of the world who might be watching eventually, maybe not now, but later on, they might find it quite boring. You know, Scotland might seem quite a small country. But I want to make a point that Scotland is like the rest of us, the rest of the world, where we're getting closer to wanting freedom, but we're not quite there. When I say wanting freedom, I mean deserving freedom. So let me just give you the backstory of what's just happened. So Scotland was allowed to vote, the people of Scotland were allowed to vote whether or not they would like to be an independent country from Britain, especially England, and not be, whether or not they would like not to be ruled by a government which is in England, London, England. And there were lots of financial benefits of being an independent country. For example, England takes billions of pounds from Scottish oil. And I think there isn't much democracy in English politics, which rules Scotland. Scotland was taken over originally. It wasn't like, oh, please take us over, England. That's not how it started. So it kind of makes sense that Scotland would want its own country back eventually. But so why did Scotland not accept independence, even though financially it seemed to make sense, even morally it seemed to make sense, because nobody really wants to be part of these wars that our English politicians do all over the world. Not even the English, really. So why is it? Because of fear. That was the game that was played by the British politicians. There was a bit of this, oh, we're part of one family, but that's just a load of rubbish. You know, we're not really part of, not the way we're run anyway. It's not really in line with the way British politics is done, you know. We just take advantage of Scotland, is quite well known. And Scotland would be much better off running their own systems. I'm sure I think their educational system is better, and so many other things. They're better at doing things where even English people don't want our English politicians, so why should Scottish people want them? So it's fear, and the rest of us are like that. Now, to be fair on Scotland, like I said, they were close to wanting it. It was almost 50-50, okay, but why did even 50% or 55-ish% of the people not want independence? There can't be some sort of, oh, it's great to be part of one Great Britain or something. There's nothing great about Great Britain, really. Not anymore, really. Not much. A lot to be embarrassed about, which is true to be said about most countries. About the way they run their affairs corruptly. Of course, there are good things that happen. You know, there are good things. We do take care of the poor and stuff like that. But the point I want to make in this video, without making it too long, is that where we almost deserve freedom, we almost deserve better governments, and we do get the chances to do it continuously. We don't just need a special vote to be given that chance. We have the chance now to start working on it, to work on freedom, to ask for freedom by creating a better political parties run by honest people. We can do it, but we don't deserve it yet, because we're not willing to be good enough people ourselves. Not enough of us are willing to be good enough to eventually become united enough to make the right choices. So if you've watched my previous videos, I might sound like I'm repeating stuff, I suppose. The truth is actually quite simple. So I'm bound to be repeating it from different angles. But there are so many other things I haven't talked about. It's just that when I talk about government, to change government, like I said before, we need to be united. We need to become better people to become united. And that's the story. Thank you for watching.